Hi guys, welcome to this video about how to buy plane ticket as a truly smarter consumer. If you are not very familiar with this side, you need to know some basic information first. I already made a list. I called it an useful list. It contains 2 pages. You can click pause to view. Hope it really can help you. And I also listed some key rankings. I think this will definitely be helpful for your flight. There are 3 channels for purchasing flight tickets online. First, the airline official website. For official websites of airlines, accurate results can always be obtained through searching. What I want to emphasize is that for flights, I always believe safety is a more important factor than any other indicator. Even satisfaction, which is very important, should be placed after safety. The ranking of aviation safety coefficients has been provided above for your reference. As the travel date approaches, it is especially important to pay attention to relevant news and avoid potential risks. Travel search engine and online travel agency. The characteristics of aggregated price comparison and online travel agencies overlap to a high degree, so their search results are almost indistinguishable. For me, I find that using Google's flight search typically provides richer results and offers more powerful functionalities. In reality, using just this one is often sufficient. After all, it's only for searching. Pay attention to matching your travel time. Generally speaking, calculating from your current time, it's usually 1 to 2 months. Booking around 45 days in advance is optimal, but within 45 days is also acceptable. Nowadays, many platforms can directly display prices, so you don't have to strictly adhere to this time point. If you wish to experience the services of different airlines, you can choose to fly with different airlines for outbound and return trips. Here are some flights that have received relatively high composite ratings, which I have also listed for your reference. This list does not have a ranking order and primarily focuses on overall service experience, so I have not included budget airlines in this list. However, I always believe that the overall flight experience is strongly correlated with the destination. Experience is an important additional component besides the hard metrics such as safety, punctuality, and cancellation rate. Of course, nothing is more important than your personal experience. Online reviews can only serve as references. After all, if you solely base your decision on reviews, no flights would be recommended by netizens. Therefore, your final flying experience should be the determining factor, as that is the standard answer. If you are more accustomed to long-haul flights, or if you come across an ideal price, or if you aim to save time, direct flights are naturally the preferred choice. If you need a brief break or rest, you can choose a connecting flight, for example. Turn a long-distance flight into 2 time periods of similar duration. That will greatly relieve the stress on your body. However, it is important to note that some destinations cannot be reached directly, so you may have to choose a flight with 1 stop. The following are the things you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to avoid choosing remote airports if possible. Opt for the representative airports of the corresponding country or city as your first choice. Pay extra attention to the timing, as it is closely related to the cost of getting to the airport. It's possible that relatively cheap flight prices happen to offset your transportation costs. Additionally, traffic congestion might be worse than expected. In the face of these uncontrollable external factors, it's better to book a more suitable time directly. This point requires special attention. If you can estimate your return time, round-trip packages are often the most cost-effective. If you are unsure about the return time, you can pay extra attention in the week leading up to it to see if there are any reasonably priced tickets available. Learn to seek out the best quality airlines. Try as much as possible to explore airlines with better reputations and include those you find satisfactory in your list of options. The availability of free baggage allowance is a very important factor. Baggage here includes personal items, carry-on backpacks, and checked baggage. Typically, for economy standard, 1 item of free checked baggage of up to 23 kilograms. If there's no free checked baggage, this part of the cost will be more expensive. Of course, each airline's requirements are different. You can search the airline baggage allowance information in Google to get more detail. Pay attention to the free cancellation policy within 24 hours. Refundable tickets and changes are not mandatory. Some may be refundable but require an additional fee. and the cost can be high. Consider comprehensively based on your acceptance level. Regarding other miscellaneous fees, it is important to select seats in advance. Moreover, third-party channels often charge higher fees, so be careful with the timing of check-in is a very important matter. I recommend selecting your seat during the booking process. Even if there are no free seats, spending a small amount of money, around $30, can solve the issue. Generally, all seats and window seats incur charges, while middle seats are free but may be less comfortable. Check the price results and compare them. Pay close attention to whether the price displayed on the page is before tax or after tax. Beware of third-party redirects. It's important to know that price comparison searches are just a tool to help you quickly find the best results. Ultimately, you should still book through the official website. Whenever possible, buy tickets directly from the airline's official website. If you purchase tickets from a third party, and there is an overbooking situation, you may not be able to board the flight, resulting in significant time and financial losses. After all, the time factor is closely related to your subsequent arrangement. You can also visit this page. This list has all the airlines. Purchasing the first row of economy class requires additional payment. If you encounter a price you can accept, it's definitely worth considering, especially for long flights. It will greatly increase your comfort. Additionally, there are some methods to strive to lower the price. These include looking for discount codes, registering for membership discounts, redeeming mileage points, credit card channel discounts, and red-eye flight. I highly recommended purchasing accident insurance, which can provide you with additional security. Flight efficiency is the most critical factor. Understanding the weather and route conditions in advance is essential, as some routes experience prolonged delays. Compensation from delay insurance will surely improve your mood to some extent. Remember to arrive at the airport well in advance. Above is the guide on purchasing flight tickets. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below.